managed to go late, I expect him to, yeah, be having a free one, more or less. It's like, what's stronger than a Chronosphere later on? You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing stronger than a Chrono late game, like super late game. The way I see it, at least.
Maybe if you had like some 8-second Ags Black Hole, maybe that's stronger?
Yeah, but Black Hole is problematic because you can still interrupt the Black Hole. Yeah. Chronosphere you can't. He just throws it and it's there. Like, it's done.
There's just this bubble that you can't access. Well, one move, the game is all on them. And fortunately, they do have Ironcrad playing his Ember Spirit, so even if the laning phase just goes acceptably okay, they have a hero that can make stuff happen in the earlier portion of the game. So I'm looking forward to seeing his performance and how he is able to accelerate the overall tempo of one move.
Yeah, Void, just playing with them a bit. No smokes this game, though. Can you believe it? Absolutely no smokes for the runes. They're not tryharding.
Maybe
how dare they?
About their health, man. You know, smoking's bad for you.
It truly is. It truly is.
Well, one move back off to a much better start. They have 3-1 bounties. Feels good.
You're so wholesome, Snare, and then you think about everyone's health. I'm just, yeah, inspired by you. Never saw you smoke or anything like that.
Not a single time, ever.
Never.
That's why I'm losing games, man. I don't smoke. In or out the game, that's why.
Do you think that maybe they can, like, Lich and CK, for me, they're a really strong lane on top. So I'm thinking maybe if they can stomp the Brewmaster early on, maybe Malik just won't have a good game, and that's the way you approach it. But like, it's not as easy to recover as a Brew, right? It's not a Doom or something like that.
There've been several games where if you see Brewmaster have a rough start, he ends the mid game with just like a Midas halfway to an item, but can't really progress further than that. We'll see how things go once we hit like level 2, level 3. And bottom, of course, last game we saw Munkushi and them having an excellent time on the Radiant bottom lane. How do they fare for Shigetu and Malady with this Venge and the Faceless Void?
Venge has to be careful. Some disruption into Afterlife, Celestial Hammer might be difficult to deal with.
Well, that's exactly what happens. It comes towards her right now, and Malady will end up dead. Afterlife draws the first blood off the Venge, and that it becomes easier to do now, right? You don't just have Selly Hammer, you have Starbreaker as well for some additional disable.
Yeah, the lane isn't easy. Venge, she's the kind of a hero that needs to come up close to fight you, but you just can't do that versus these two. Like, just because of Shadow Demon and how he works. You need Void. Like, basically, the way you play this lane as Venge, I feel like you need to be babysat by Void. Like, he needs to be in front. Some lanes are just like that. Top lane,
Daniel looks like he maybe might die here. Munkushi is chasing him down. One more right click is all they need. Hakoda gets the kill. Munkushi takes out the courier from Malik. And that's tangles that were on it. So that's a much needed regen for this Brewmaster. Top lane going very well.
Yeah, he's just, Malik just ignored him, continued farming, lost the courier in the end, and Rubik didn't want to help one or the other. Creeps, more important.
You gotta hit the crepes.
Yeah, gotta get that gold. Anything extraordinary happening in the lane so far? CK is kind of suffering on top with last hits. Everyone else more or less kind of even.
Daniel did just outplay Hakoda. They were playing around this camp, respawning. Hakoda trying to make sure they keep the block. But Daniel took away his sentry twice with just one sentry. What a bot.
Nice. Yeah, it's really good for them to have the hard camp on top. If you're Radiant, you get to not share as much experience. So then again, even if you deward it, Lich is probably just gonna body block it, right? So you won't get the creeps.
Besides that, though, everything's just been chilled. Mid lane, perfectly matched. It's all about now. I want to just see what Meloyol's going to do once he hits, well, level 5 in 5 minutes. That's normally when we see at least the Chinese Primal Beast making the rotation.
It's the nighttime, basically. Like the moment the nighttime hits, you can start making a move. This top lane, as long as they're trying to go on Brewmaster, I feel like they won't be getting any kills. As Rubik is the killable one, but Shadow Demon with some stacks.
Just gonna try get who's actually farms these stacks though in this game.
Anyone can. Ember can, most likely, most easily. Dawnbreaker as well. Also Mellow Jewel, like we talked about him rotating minute 5. That's probably not gonna happen because Shadow Demon stole his rune. We can't really do that. He actually needs someone to die to refill the bottle.
Alright, one of y'all please put yourself on the sacrificial altar. I need some resources, make it happen.
He's like, Venge, you didn't hit this Dawnbreaker for a while. Go trade. Go trade some right clicks.
Actually coming in behind the Vengeful Spirit, but Afterlife doesn't have any Starbreaker available anymore, so this kill is not going to happen. Instead, Shadow Demon goes middle. Unfortunately for him, he's walking right underneath an Observer Ward. Gonna have to de-ward it before he can make anything happen.
Yeah, he walked under the ward, but he took the Water Rune and then he took the Bounty as well. So this Primal Beast just has to go base. He's making the 5 minutes rotation, just not where we thought he would.
He's trying to kill the Fountain right now. And he is gonna go right back middle, so it looks like we're not gonna be getting a rotation from Meloyol. And Hakoda is already present to try and block off this top power rune to make sure that they guarantee 0 rotations from Primal early on.
He went mid because the minute 6 rune is coming up anyway. And he needs his levels. He's fallen behind. Quite significantly, by the way. Ember is 6 already.
Ember will actually come bottom to get the shield rune, and they might set up for a kill onto Malady here. He's eaten some damage from this Ember Spirit. Hakoda coming from the high ground as well with the Frost Blast, and that guarantees Pantomime the kill. And Meloyol, he onslaughts through, but it's only to get a bounty. He's like, let me at least get this one this time around.
It's crazy just how much controlling the Water Rune of course it matters. It's just that in this particular case it matters quite a lot. Like Primal Beast is being... Yeah, he's very far behind now. He's 1000 gold behind Ember. 6 minutes in. It's quite a lot, I would say.
Yeah. He's almost a full 2 levels behind the Ember. Einkrad is about to crack level 7.
Top lane.
Only now getting 6, but top lane, we're going on to both Munkushi and Daniel. Munkushi doesn't have any more wand charges, so he needs to be careful, but he's getting some regen from the Chaos Strike. They finally get the kill onto Daniel. Malik won't have enough damage to finish him off, but they bring in a rotation from Malady. He's going to help out. Magic Missile, hold CK in place, and they do finally get the kill on Munkushi. Nicely done.
Yeah, Raindrops actually helping quite a bit there for CK, because he was alone when they went on him. They brought him down really low, but not low enough. He still did manage to take down Rubik with him. Okay. Overall, if you're Navi, at least you're satisfied with the top lane. Your mid is struggling. Primal Beast not having the best time, but Brewmaster is gonna hit his level 6 very soon.
Yeah. One move though, the heroes are all farming well, and Einkrad is getting off to a phenomenal start. A far cry from what we've seen from him the 2 games against VP and game 1 here against Navi. And he feels very comfortable to just keep scaling like this. He knows that the CK is also farming quite happily. There might be a slight little fight here around the top power rune. Gets denied by Pantomime. Bro, Meloyol just is not allowed to have a full bottle this game. No region allowed. Sorry, bro. He's gonna come middle. I don't know about this one. Meloyol's in danger here.
He's baiting.
Going forward with the remnants. Ironcrad, though, doesn't take the bait. Decides to go back, but that just puts him inside the Chronosphere. Shigetsu can't find the kill, though, because Afterlife is here with the Solar Guardian. Beautiful onslaught onto 3 heroes. They will not allow them to stop this from happening. Afterlife, he's not gonna die either. Remnants out from Ironcrad. Nicely done with the plays. They're going on to Afterlife. They get the chain disabled from Malik's brew, but the Selly Hammer on the high ground. They drag him back though with the telekinesis. Pantomime hoping to try and save him from afar, but Disruption is still down for another 5 seconds. So the Dawnbreaker ends up dead. Ironcrad was hoping for a kill onto Malady, just barely lacked the damage to happen. Now he's the one that's dead. He's probably gonna end up dead here. He doesn't have a safety remnant, so he gets brought down by Malik. Double kill for the Brewmaster.
What did you do? One move, like the lane went so well on mid lane. They get debated super hard by the Primal Beast. Like, okay, he's under leveled, but he's still Primal Beast. He's still very tanky. They try to dive that tower. They get instant punished. And it was so obvious. It was so obvious it's gonna happen. The chrono is up, the split is up. Just very nicely done by Navi.
Phenomenal fight. Man, I continue to just be impressed by Shigetsu's read of the game. He just knows exactly when and where to be. Just what a player, this Faceless Void is.
Yeah, there's a couple of carry players from like Eastern Europe that I have actually been pleasantly surprised with. Like, they're making a lot of good moves. They're very active early on. There's a smoke, another one coming from Radiant. Let's see, Navi, they want to go on the CK.
Yeah, but they're
Malik is
on the side of one move. Malik TPs. What a boss, dude. If he TPs 1 second later, he dies either to the right clicks from CK or the rotation from the 2 supports.
Bot lane though, Afterlife, is he gonna fall? Let's see, do they have the damage? Probably not, right?
I don't think so. He has Solar Guardian up again as well. In fact, they're actually coming bottom with Ironcrad to go on to Meloyo. Looks like the Primal Beast. This time around, they're playing far from his team, so they should be able to kill him off.
Like usually you want to go on Dawnbreaker and gank her, because she can just Solar Guardian across the map, right? If you go on anyone else. But you need more heroes. In that situation, you don't have a chrono, you're going on her, most likely it's gonna fail. It's under a tier 1 tower, someone is gonna TP after all.
Yeah. Pretty great move from one move. And Afterlife is actually at the top of the net worth charts. This is what we expected from him though, winning the lanes as the Stormbreaker. Pantomime, we expect him to die here, and it looks like he's gonna fulfill that expectation.
Sad.
Will not follow him into the grave because he has a safety remnant though.
Top lane, Brewmaster is chasing Munkushi.
I should be fine. As Frost Armor, so it should be A-okay here.
And that's a really long cooldown. Like, one nice thing that one move can do is play around these long-ass cooldowns on Navi's side. Every time Primal Split is used, perhaps you can make something happen on the map. Like, you can fight.
Their longest cooldown is about 2 minutes. So they're dealing with ones, 2 of them much longer than that. Might have another fight around this particular rune. Hakoda takes away the Arcane Rune, but should end up dead as a result. He might drop the Chain Frost on the way out. Decides not to, but I don't know, Lizard. I think they might have killed Meloyol if he dropped the Chain Frost. Munkushi, both him and Shigetsu show up for this fight. Shigetsu wins the first free, though, as his Chronosphere allows him to kill off the Shadow Demon. At the same time, the Rubik will end up dead. Vengeful Spirit dies too, but before he goes down, he takes away Munkushi's career.
Yeah, he couldn't. The Chain Frost was still on cooldown, unfortunately, so he couldn't use it. But besides that, like, Lich survived quite a. Yeah, he survived for long enough to get December in, and Skirmish was still successful, sort of, for one move.
They're going on to Malik. He doesn't have Brewmaster split this time, and they are able to bring him down. So Munkushi involved in 2 kills and 2 different lanes. Very nicely done.
Yeah, one huge thing that one move has done is they stopped the playmaker of Navi. And this Primal Beast on the mid lane kind of suffered, right? And because of that, he's unable to make plays 24/7. And look at Aincrad, he's actually going in. He doesn't have a lot of mana to work with.
He's got 21 charges, he'll be fine.
Ah, yeah. And there's Arcane Boots on Lich, so he's gonna get those. Mid lane, Pantomime.
Are they gonna jump him? Yes, they will. Onslaught, Pulverize, Pantomime buys time with the disruption though, and Afterlife comes through, turning potentially onto either Meloyul or Shigetsu. Shigetsu though has already found the kill. Easy time walk away.
Yeah, they do get the tower on top, while Shadow Demon was dying mid. They take down the top tier 1 tower.
Nice.
It's that important tower now, right? Because of the proximity to the Rosh Pit. If you're Radiant, you really want to keep it alive as long as possible.
It's also important for access to these Wisdom Runes. Access which Malady takes away down bottom. Afterlife though was almost chasing him down, but unable to get the final catch.
3-man, Ancient Stack Takers, Jungle Enjoyers, Navi. Yeah, I'm just making sure that this Primal Beast gets back online. Both the Brewmaster and the Rubik helped him out with the stack taking.
Yeah, but Brewmaster's also struggling. Malik, he's in that point of the game that we're somewhat afraid of when you're playing Brew. The lane doesn't go excellently, and then your lowest net worth, you have to buy Midas because nothing else will do. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, they used all their spells in that one singular fight, which did look amazing on the mid lane, but then they lost a lot of skirmishes. Which isn't surprising, right? One move, they know what they have to do, and that's fight constantly. You might lose one fight, but you're gonna win 2-3 other ones in the next 2-3 minutes when they don't have cooldowns. Bench.
Fine Melody, another skirmish, looks like it's gonna go the way of one move. Vengeful Spirit absolutely going to die here.
Swap and run.
Just gonna delay this. He knows he's dead. Aincrad happy to collect the kill. Dominating streak now for the Ember. And a tier 1 tower about to fall down bottom. And they can still defend mid with him TPing back.
Is there anything that Radiant can do while this is happening? Probably not. Meloyul still 1000 gold away from the BKB. You're most likely waiting for that. And at this point, I feel like even if you use the Chrono, even if you use the Primal Split, you might not get many kills. Lich Armor, Disruption, Solar Guardian. Those saves are difficult to deal with.
You know, you were saying Melojoules. I was about to ask you, where is a Melojoule on the scale of measurement? Is it the same kilojoule?
Oh, it's above picojoule.
Okay, above a picojoule, all right.
Yeah.
So just not the smallest, I see.
It's not the smallest one, yeah. In this game, usually he's gigajoule.
He's about to be a terajoule now because they come across Minkushi. The CK in danger, but they don't jump on him just yet. Finally, they go on with the Onslaught. Nice Sinister Gaze to cancel the Pulverize. And with the Solar Guardian coming through, Meloyul's in trouble. There will be a Chain Frost on top of him. And he is dead, sent back to being a Picojoule because Minkushi is somehow still alive. Daniel will now end up taking a tumble as well. So 2 heroes have fallen. Malady dragged in by Minkushi. So the CK gets the kill onto him as well. Amazing reaction from one move, and this time their heroes are so much more mobile, it allows them to make these plays. Malik forced to run himself away. Fortunately for him, everybody else from one move is a bit too far back, and CK doesn't have a blink dagger, so he's allowed to live.
Yeah, you could see Faceless Void even wasting his time. He was running towards top, he wanted to join the fight, and then somewhere in the middle of it, he's like, yeah guys, this ain't it. Like, you're not winning this. He just started moving back to farm. One move, they have a lot of saves, a lot of heals. These heroes are becoming tankier and tankier and scarier and scarier. Like suddenly you just won't have enough damage with the Primal Split or with the Chrono to take anyone down. I think that's yeah, the Dawnbreaker Afterlife actually top of the net worth charts.
Afterlife, man, what a player.
Yeah, and he's buying Aghanims. Like even more saves in that Chrono.
I think this is a phenomenal game for that, actually. It's pretty good. Doing the right thing. You know what I really would like to see? I would love to see Hakoda build Blink Dagger Aghanim Scepter, man. That would be a dream come true. I think that would be a perfect lich build for this game.
No, he has a blink queued up, so...
Does he?
Yeah.
My god, what a player.
Your wish might come true. I like the blink because they actually don't have a lot of... they have catch, they have a lot of stuns, but they're all kind of telegraphed or too slow. If you get blink on Lich with some sinister gaze, you might be able to control them long enough to kill them off, like a Void or a Primal Beast or Brewmaster.
They're going on their Primal Beast bottom. Ironcrad has a haste rune, comes across the Primal.
BKB is coming in.
Slow down. The BKB, though, like you mentioned, is about to arrive. It would still be a win if they can force him to trigger it. They just kill Melody right now for easy, nice little pick-off.
Meloju
in with the onslaught. He's buying time for his team, but he could still die through his own BKB, and that's indeed what's going to happen. It's a double for Ironcrad. Malik needs to run the hell away with his Brewmaster split. He cannot take this fight. They might kill off a Panda or two, get some bonus gold for themselves. He's going to try and make sure that that doesn't happen. Duration finishes, no gold given away, but another little skirmish, 1-by-1 move.
Yeah, he's just not having a game, is he? Melo Yule. He just got that BKB and he dies with it. Oof. He's been struggling the whole match. He's the lowest core when it comes to the net worth.
And it's not like Primal Beast is gonna buy a Hand of Midas either. Not technology for him to institute here.
All you need really on him sometimes is Blink and BKB, but when it comes too late, you just don't feel that invincible anymore. You saw in that last fight, he was 50% HP, CK just deleted him.
I'm glad Monkushi as well, speaking of the CK, this Blink build, we spoke about it in the draft. It is the perfect game to have this, allowing him to just show up. And he's actually going to show up again middle. They want to take this tier 1 tower.
They want to take this tier 1 tower because they have Aghanims now on Dawnbreaker. They can even bait out the Chrono. Like, Faceless Void doesn't know that. He can use the Chrono on someone, thinking, yeah, this is a good.
Daniel, very, very dead. CK illusions, the initiation from Ironcrad. I mean, look at the difference when Ironcrad can actually start fights and they're not relying on mistakes happening from Navi. Game just looks so much easier for them. They might even find Malady here. CK still has his illusions out, more than enough damage, so it's a double kill on both of the supports.
Yeah, Navi. How the tables have turned, right? Like game 1, game 2. Absolutely different. And they want to fight here. Let's see. Dawnbreaker, I think this might be the big reveal of the Aghanims.
They're debating the fight. Pantomime and Hakoda are close enough to each other that they can really make it difficult to kill either of them. But sadly, they're not going to get caught out. No reveal just yet on the Aghanim Scepter of the Dawnbreaker.
Yeah, the hero that needs to be gone on is like, I guess, CK or Ember. If they go on Shadow Demon, they're probably not using the Chrono anyway. And if you're Afterlife, you're fine with this as well. You're farming up, you're getting your Echo Saber back.
Well, looks like overall one move isn't fine with this because they want to make something happen on the map. They smoke up with 3. Still have the Solar Guardian as backup. Meloyo hiding in the trees. Who will
they know?
Across? They know where he's at. They're going to jump somebody. They'll go for Daniel. He's the one that baits first, reveals himself, and they see Meloyo. Hakoda finds the Sinister Gaze. They root him in position. Meloyo might have a BKB, buddy, but we have all the right-click damage on Earth. Beat him down through his debuff immunity, kill him off, and Monkushi gets another double kill on the CK.
I had so much faith in this Brewmaster in the draft. So much faith in Navi. They were like fist bumping each other, looking smiley and stuff, but the lanes just backfired super hard. And now Afterlife is he wants to farm, but he's happy to hunt as well.
Forcing these heroes to TP out all by his lonesome. I mean, they know they can't kill him. 2.6k HP, 28 armor, and that's before using any spells. Yeah, there's no way. CK as well, getting crazy amounts of farm, almost finishing a full Heart of Tarrasque for Monkushi. And at that point, Navi, it's even less about does he have the damage to kill them? How on earth do they kill him? Man,
Primal Beast.
Did here.
No,
Melody, very nice swap back to save the life of the Brewmaster. Let's see if he can do the same job for Daniel.
Ember.
Get saved potentially by this Faceless Void. They drop the Pulverize as well as the...
No damage.
Guardian comes in. There's no damage for this Faceless Void. And instead, he might wind up dead. Starbreaker doesn't hit him, only connects onto Daniel. But Shigetsu is still so low. Hakoda, he blinks forward to get a Sinister Gaze out onto Meloyul. My man's is down to a Plonkule at this point. At the very least, still able to get the double. Both supports have fallen. So one move might have run out of steam for this fight. We'll see how things progress. HYDRA throws back a Sleight of Fist combination. They're really thinking about going on to Malik, but the Pulverize holds Afterlife in position. He can't Selly Hammer to the high ground. So Meloyul now gets a triple kill. Well, he is up right now. He's an Exoyul at this point because he has turned that team fight around.
That's what a way to turn the fight. And yeah, you tip Malik because he literally won you that engagement. It looked terrible. It looked like that chrono just got completely negated by Dawnbreaker. You aren't able to kill anyone. They're saving everything. And then you have this Brew just popping Primal Split. He's in the back of the fight, controlling heroes, dispelling CK's illusions, cycloning up, wreaking havoc really, and making sure that Primal Beast can finish off the two supports. Really nicely done by him. Well, Melody, still gonna die. Yeah, what can you do?
What can you do? Just Munkushi getting that kill. Maybe, can they take Roche? Big Man's going top side just now. And they have a CK on the field. They don't have any minus armor, but still quite a lot of damage that they have.
I think you can, just because of the cooldowns on Radiant. Only question is, do they want to risk it? And it looks like they do. Munkushi is pinging it out.
Okay.
I mean, what? Why not, right? Like, there's no chrono, there's no prime. There is Primal Split, though. Maybe they could run for it.
Let's see. They're not making the call on the side of Navi to try and do it just yet. It's not the fastest Roche in the world, so they could still try, but Rubik is not positioned, nor is the Brewmaster, so looks like they're gonna just give it up.
Yeah, it seems like Navi is even afraid that they might get gone on here, so they just left the Roche go. Leave the Roche go. They can probably delay this game now. They have what it takes to split. Like, you have Primal with a Blink, Void on the other side. Like, the catch is there now for one move, but most of it you can just BKB TP out of.
Despite how things are going for one move, 5k gold lead, Aegis picked up, lots of farm in their cores. They still have to have in the back of their mind that Shigetsu is farming. This is a Faceless Void with Midas. So once we get to the late game, Mans will be an absolute demon. So you are on a bit of a timer on the side of one move to end this game while you have an advantage.
Yeah, you just have to... Honestly, like, this is a very interesting game. Because there isn't a single easy approach in which they can take these teamfights and win them. Sometimes you just see, yeah, we blink in with LC, we do whatever. This game, for one move and for Navi, is all about the way they play teamfights. It has to be on spot, on point. They just have so many different counters to all the abilities. Like Chrono, on the other hand, you have Solar Guardian or Disruption even. Primal Beast can be countered by Disruption too. It's like... just a ton of nice little plays.
Speaking of Primal Beast, did you see that he's actually queuing up the Midas? You mentioned that he just needs Blink BKB, and afterwards he's like, well, we're going late if we're going to win this game, so might as well buy Midas with the rest of the team.
Yeah, if Brewmaster is gonna carry you anyway, what does it matter? at least get some gold. Nah, he switches it up for Heart. I was
no.
It took me a bit. He switches it back to Midas. Never. He's thinking about it. I'm not the.
Do it. I want to see triple Midas in the team. Come on.
I don't want to see a 28-minute Midas on your mid laner that is lowest net worth on the map.
He's really thinking about it. Come on, bro, do the right thing. Buy the Midas. There's probably some record as well. if he buys the latest Midas on Primal Beast or something.
I bet it would be. In competitive, at least. In pubs. Maybe in pubs even, but probably not.
They're smoking up right now on the side of one move. Want to try and leverage their strength on the map, but they don't have any vision on these Navi heroes, and they've already committed a scan earlier on. They have another one, but they don't know where to throw it at the moment. Coming back off cooldown. 3, 2, 1. There we go. We've got a scan. Are we going to use it is the question. Doesn't seem like that's going to happen, so the smoke goes nowhere.
Still a little bit of it remaining. Let's see, Malik. He's the one showing himself, but he's also not the one they can kill off easily.
Primal Beast ready to try and blink in and pulverize somebody, but they're also sitting with Pantomime, waiting on the high ground with the disruption play. Malik is showing... Yeah, nothing's gonna happen here.
You just don't have to fight straight away. If you're Radiant, absolutely no necessity for you to force this fight. You're playing into a CK with an Aegis, and you have so many big ultis to work with, so if you waste them on the Aegis, then you're probably losing that fight anyway. Delaying and just farming is much better.
This can't be right, Lizard.
What?
I just was checking stats, right? Just in case he buys this Midas. Which, did he buy it? He has something flying on the courier right now. Is it the Midas? It is the Midas. He bought it. What a G.
Yeah, and he didn't die, by the way. He TPs away. Munkushi used his ulti. And that ulti pretty much will last until Aegis expires. So it's a perfect opportunity for Radiant to find some fight.
This Ember top. He's all by his lonesome, but he runs just past the Venge. By the way, this is only... Not only is this the fastest hand of Midas all time on Primal Beast, it's only the second one apparently.
Wait, it's fastest?
Yeah, fastest, yeah. Because there's only been 2. They've only been 2. This is the second one.
BKB forced on top lane.
Yeah.
Without really a lot of commitment.
And Munkushi is alone on the other side of the map. He just gets back to where Pantomime is. But do you think he had to BKB there?
I don't think so. I don't think what's the point of Ember BKBing? You have a Solar Guardian. You probably don't die, but he was afraid that maybe they had more heroes than just Avenge and the Void.
Oh,
Faceless Void. Yeah, Faceless Void, by the way, it will smoke very soon with the team, but first he'll finish off the full MKB. He needs, what, 200 gold for it?
Yep. He's got it, basically. Just needs to Midas a single creep. And then that's the gold for the Blitz Knuckles. And there we go. It's en route to him right now. Once it arrives, like you mentioned, the team is smoked up.
Yeah, but they should wait for him. He's kind of important piece of this puzzle.
Yeah. They reveal themselves with Malik in the mid lane, so that'll allow Ironclad to just back off. And it doesn't seem like the smoke is going to pay off.
You know, one of them needs to eat the Solar Guardian. Like, one of these big spells needs to be used to waste the Solar Guardian, and I'm thinking Afterlife won't use it on anything else but Chronosphere. So, if you're Shigetsu, you might as well, you know, just start the fight. You know you're not gonna kill anyone in the Chrono because of Disruption, Lich's Armor, and Solar Guardian, but at least it will allow Panda to do work.
Man, Shigetsu is so farmed. Oh my gosh. This guy, man.
Yeah, he's really farmed, but so is the CK, and he's building some very interesting items. He's going for the Orchid.
Ironclad? Ironclad? Okay, he's the one baiting out the Solar Guardian. It comes in towards him. Disruption was required to save him as well. Otherwise, he would have died. They run trying to...
CK's in.
They go into Malady with CK showing up to the engagement. Sinister Gaze with the blink on the high ground. Hakoda making sure they kill off Daniel as well. Forcing out TPs from Malik and an escape from this Faceless Void. That was, man, a madman play it looked like from Ironclad, but his team was ready to back him up.
Yeah, the Primal Split used, the Chrono used, and they take the fight convincingly. Yeah, it looks like a mad play, but you know you have like these two heroes that can save you, so the chrono isn't as scary.
Bro, did you see the cost range, by the way, of that disruption? Aether Lens plus Psychic Headband, baby.
Plus blink to get in position. Yeah. He can save you from one side of the map to the other.
Looking at the range of this disruption, I think it can even save you on the far edge of the Uber chrono. Like once you get the additional AoE, it might still be enough. I mean, look at that. That's so big.
He can reach you in a different game, basically.
Radiant are scanning.
Pantomime and the boys, after that fight, will now be in a good spot if they want to try and take the Roshan. Big Man is respawning very quickly. Like 13 seconds was the total timer. And he will be coming out on this Radiant side. Probably too soon for them to know, so they should start controlling the Dire side Roshan pit instead.
Yeah, most likely they'll just move there. If you're Radiant, they already smoke up and they're expecting the Radiant rush, but even if they get there, they'll need to use the Twin Gate. They can't finish it off in like, what, 30 seconds that will remain when they get to the pit?
Yeah. And they're going north, so they're not going to go directly to the pit either. Looks like one move is going to be in position first.
The way I see it, yeah, they should use Twin Gate immediately and get there in position, and Void is doing exactly that. Just prepare the set up this area for Roshan when he gets here, or for Dire when they get here. Pantomime, he's actually out of position, look at this! Oh, where are the wards?
Where is the vision? And the only chrono Pantomime, hashtag word, Solar Guardian will still be there and he doesn't die. Pantomime is alive. Now they're turning on to Shigetsu. He's forced away from the fight. At the same time, Munkushi is solo fighting the rest of the lineup here. Him and Ironclad almost kill off Malady, but both these supports will absolutely die. Afterlife grabs Daniel. Shigetsu at the very least able to finish off Pantomime, but this is a fight that one move can win because they buy back on the Shadow Demon, bring him to the fight just in time to witness the death of Meloyol, who gets held in place by Sinister Gaze once again. And now they kill him off. Malik's in danger as well. They drag him in with Munkushi. The Brewmaster split will not protect him. And that's 3 heroes dead in exchange for one. That one buys back. And guess what? Roshan is right in the pit waiting for one move to come and take him out.
Yeah, they had that opportunity to chrono both the Shadow Demon and the CK, but yeah, they didn't manage to. They use it only on the Shadow Demon, and you know this game is looking impossible now for Faceless Void. I was hyping up the chrono and how strong it is later on. I still think it is, but the amount of heal, the amount of help that they have on their side, the saves, they're making this chrono look like a joke.
Also, Munkushi is making the rest of Navi look like a joke because by himself, he was 1v4. It's only Shigetsu that was attacking onto Pantomime. And by himself, 1v4, he was stopping that entire fight. They just could not kill him.
Yeah, he's way too big. He's gonna go for this Venge, right? Like, why not? He has a blink.
They ideally wanted both, but it looks like they'll have to settle for just the Rubik. Avenge survives. They want the tips on the supports.
I mean, he swapped his teammate, right? Like, so...
Hey, man.
He's like, Rubik, you need to die.
It's a dog-eat-dog world out there, bro. Sorry.
He's like, I'm 0-10. I'm not gonna have 11 deaths in this damn game.
Or maybe he's like, I have 10 deaths. Join me, bro. Get 10 as well. Malik, woof, dead in a hurry. Forced to buy back on the Brewmaster. But look at all these illusions present on the high ground. Between the Shadow Demon and the CK. They're putting out all the stops. Tier 3 already gone. Melee racks gonna fall. Range racks probably falling as well. And they have Chrono and all these spells available, but if they don't have a beat on the Dawnbreaker, there's no point even casting these spells.
Yeah, they smoke up. They want to find the right angle to approach the fight, but you say Dawnbreaker, I say Dawnbreaker, Shadow Demon, Lich. Like, Dawnbreaker and Shadow Demon both need to be caught somehow. The best way for them to, I guess, play this game would be to find the Dawnbreaker isolated, far away from her teammates, because she does farm a lot alone.
They're gonna try force this fight. Meloyol sees the CK here. And they had a little bit of vision, but CK jumping in, he finds Malady, he wants to get that kill. They force out a Brewmaster split for Malik. Munkushi still has an Aegis for another 3 minutes. Gets saved a little bit by Pantomime. Munkushi still alive. And look at Ironclad. He jumps the backline with his BKB active, killing off the Vengeful Spirit. They really wanted Daniel as well. But there's the Chrono. It catches the Dawnbreaker and the Ember Spirit. But Pantomime is right there. Can he save anybody? Doesn't even need to. They're not strong enough to kill the Dawn. Now Solar Guardian comes in onto Pantomime. There's a BKB from Shigetsu. He wants to keep this fight going. The very least they were able to kill Lich, but it cost the life of Malady. And Shigetsu now, he's just drawing them away from himself. Gets a much handy Invis rune, and that'll make sure he can TP out to safety. Meloyol brought back though, so he needs to run as well, lest he dies back and gives up the entire game.
Yeah, they're just unable to kill anyone. Meanwhile, one move, they do whatever the hell they want to. Chaos Knight jumps into all of them, like literally says, yeah, come at me. It doesn't matter. Even if they go on him, Shadow Demon is close by to save a disruption. The Chrono this time around was more or less perfect, but still not enough damage. Just not enough to take down Afterlife, even though he's chronoed. Or the Shadow Demon afterwards. And maybe the Mjolnir that's gonna change things a tiny little bit on Faceless Void once he gets that. But press X to doubt here. I don't think it's gonna be enough.
Sadly for Shigetsu, 2 of his items in the inventory are defensive in nature. And he even bought the Aghanim. Did he buy the shot or did they get it from a Tormentor? I think he bought it, right? He has too much net worth.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. They did get some Tormentors, so it could have been that.
Jump in right now by Ironclad, finding a nice initiation. Solar Guardian comes in, crashes onto 4 heroes with the Chain Frost flying over.
Void is dead.
Shigetsu died. He does not have access to buyback, and he's not going to have it for quite some time. It's a 4v5 defense they have to mount right now without their strongest hero. How on earth do they do this? Especially with Ironclad happy to just play the edges, zone them back, and give Munkushi the space to remove their buildings.
Yeah, after game 1, I really didn't have a lot of faith in one move, but they handled this Faceless Void. I really think, though, at the same time that they handled him not by making him suffer, but by making Primal Beast suffer.
Yeah.
Just absolutely no game from Meloyol early on. Let's see this fight.
Game 1, you were impressed by one move's mental fortitude, not calling GG despite the game practically being lost. In Game 2, Navi is doing the same. Although they're about to lose both their supports, Ironclad diving the fountain. He dies, and his Remnant is in an awkward place. So even if he buys back, he can't necessarily immediately rejoin the fight. However, he did his job, made sure both supports die, and neither of them have buyback. So Munkushi, between him and Afterlife, they don't have to worry about the Primal Beast nor about the Brewmaster because the split is over.
He's gonna buy back.
Just go on to this Brewmaster, immediately remove him from play. He does not have buyback. Meloyol is gonna die as well without it.
Yeah, GG.
He's down to the smallest of Plunkule units. He is dead on the Primal. The game is over. One move has taken us to Game 3.